Well, I remember what a professor of mine said what the essence is. The essence is the odor that's left in the bottle after the liquid is gone. And the water of life was not there. And it was a travesty of the gospel because they did say that he was born of a virgin. I rejoiced in that. That he was God manifest in the flesh. But they said that he can give you personality and bring peace, and he can bring love. And it was so sweet and ducky and lovey. And may I say, I came to the conclusion that everything there was for comfort and everything was compromise. Oh, they can say today, oh, we're trying to reach the lost world. Jeremiah did too. And he wasn't very successful, but he at least gave God's message. May I say to you today that it's so easy to stand on the sidelines, maybe like I am, and say what I'm saying right now, but maybe somebody needs to say it as we're saying it today. Jerusalem hath grievously sinned, and the Lord is righteous. God loved them, he said, with an everlasting love. And he brought this upon them because he's righteous. And I'd like to read you now the statement of another that might help us to understand this. He can say it so much better than I can. And I'm quoting now from Dr. G. Campbell Morgan. Will you listen to this? He says, there is the need for the revelation of God's anger. And I'm reading now. This is a supreme necessity in the interest of the universe. Prisons are in the interest of the free. Hell is the safeguard of heaven. A state that cannot punish crime is doomed, and a God who tolerates evil is not good. Deny me my biblical revelation of the anger of God, and I am insecure in the universe. But reveal to me this throne, established, occupied by one whose heart is full of tenderness, whose bowels yearn with love, then am I assured that he'll not tolerate that which blights and blasts and damns, but will destroy it and all its instruments in the interest of that which is high and noble and pure. Oh, my friend, you and I are living in a universe where there is a God, a living God, a God whose heart goes out in love and he yearns over you. But I want to say this to you. You can turn your back on him and he'll judge you and he'll still love you because he's the God of this universe. And I'm not sure I understand all that, but I know that's what he says in his word. And someday he's going to make it clear that hell is actually there because he is a God of love and a God of righteousness and a God of holiness. And the whole universe, including Satan himself, will have to admit that God is righteous and just in all that he does. My friend, God is so great and wonderful and good that we dare not trifle with him. He could say to those scribes and Pharisees, even the religious leaders of his day, he says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. And why? Well, because of the fact ye devour widows' houses. That's one of the things. May I say to you, if you can't take Christianity into your home, as well as your heart, into your business, into your social life, may I say to you, he'll have to say to you what he said to those religious rulers. You're a hypocrite. I didn't say it. He said it, my beloved. And he's the one that wept over these men, and he had tears in his eyes. My eyes are dry, but his eyes are filled with tears for you and for me today. Oh, my friend, don't turn your back on a God that loves you like this, it'll be tragic indeed if you do. And then our God is a righteous God and a holy God. Now, what God did, He did because God is righteous. He can't shut His eyes to evil. And even when His own children disobey Him, God must discipline them. He must move in, and though it may break His heart, and actually, as we've seen, Jeremiah reveal the heart of God. And when he weeps, God's weeping. And when he sorrows, God is sorrowing. And he may not have all the answers, as we don't have all today, but he does reveal the heart of God. But the important thing is to trust in knowing that what God is doing, God's righteous in what He does. And friends, that's mighty hard to take, as we shall see in this book. And that He was right in letting Jerusalem be destroyed and the people go into captivity. It broke God's heart, and this man Jeremiah reveals it.